So good morning, this is Grandad Jack, and today we're just gonna build a hay shed. So this is 10 meters by 5 meters, this hay shed, and it's about 4 meters high, and I'm gonna build that today and tomorrow and the next day. It'll take a few days, I reckon. Anyway, there's a bit of heavy lifting work to be done on this here hay shed, and I've got the help of somebody with some muscle. That's what I need, because I'm a bit of an old fella, you know. I'm a granddad. Actually, my biggest fan is one of my grandsons, so Madden will be watching this and seeing how I do it all. So good on you, Madden. That's cool. All right, so the fella I got helping me, his name is Tor, T-O-R. It's a funny surname, isn't it? Anyway, he's got some muscle. I reckon he's about as strong as 70 wild horses. No good having 70 wild horses helping me. They'd knock everything over. But anyway, so Track, who's going to help me today, that's his first name. Tor is his surname. And so he's going to help me do the lifting today. So I thought that was a good idea, and I'd like to introduce him to you. Here he is, Track Tor. He's a pretty clever sort of a fella, this one. But he's going to do the heavy lifting. Good old Track Tor. Yes, look at that. We got some points on the front. For lifting hay, they are, actually. So this is a hay shed, all makes sense. So good old a tractor here. Look at that. You can pull 70 horses. That's pretty cool. So he's going to help me do the heavy lifting today. So with the help of my trusty brother, we've already put the posts in. So not many secrets on how to do that. Dig a hole, stick the post in and concrete it. Make sure it's level. So that's what we got so far. This is the 10 meters by 5 meters and about 4 meters high. So that's what we got to start with. And next I'll be putting some beams up with the help of Track, and we'll get going on it. It's fairly early, sun's about to come out. Might dry some of this mud out, because I reckon I'll grow by about 3 inches under my boots by the time I've finished here. So now that the concrete is set and gone hard, it keeps those posts nice and sturdy. And that way I can now put the beams up. This hay shed has a slope from the front to the back. So it slopes down to the rear of the shed on a slight angle, about 5 degrees. So the first thing I'm going to do is put the beam to the rear part of the shed between the posts. I'm cutting a section here so that one beam can sit into the other beam, and that way the both beams can be bolted to the middle post. So I scarf each beam at the end, and one sits on top of the other. Okay, so this shows the scarf I've made on each end of the beams, and the other one will sit on top of this one, and I'll put bolts through these. This is a saddle I make and screw to the post so I can put one end up and it will keep it upright. When I lift it up with my mate Tractor, it'll stay there. So this is the other beam I've lifted up and sat it in the scarf in the middle post. So I've now put the beams at the back and also the two beams at the front. I now put the rafters up, and I'm going to put the two end ones up and the middle rafter first. I've pre-cut the rafters to length on the ground before I put them up so I don't have to get up on a ladder and cut them later. So I let the tractor do the work. I just lift the rafters up just to where I need to secure them, and then it's easy to screw them on. So the rafter is just balanced in the middle of the tractor forks, and I just get up and screw them to the post. So now that these three rafters are up, I can then go ahead and put the rest of them up. I do this the same way as I did with the first three. I just cut them to length on the ground and then lift them up with the tractor and screw them in place. I like to put a wooden cleat between the main beam and the rafter, and this secures it rigidly in place. So we got the battens up here, and we've put some hoop iron on from corner to corner here. And then we can put the roof sheets up. Got my trusty brother here doing all the hard yards.
Hello there.
He's putting in the bolts.
Hello, Angry Jack.
Somebody called me, what did they call me? Grandad Jack? They called me Grandad Jerk or something like that. I don't know what it was. It was one of my kids, little buggers. But anyway, there you go. Look at that.
He's making me do all the hard work up here, all the high stuff.
Yeah, he's hanging on by his shirt collar. He's put bolts in every post here. He's got two to go. And then we're going to put on the roof sheets. That'll be fun. Maybe I'll get him to do that too.
We've got a tractor.
I've let the battens hang over the end so that I can cut them off to length once the first sheet on the roof has been put on. This shows that I've left about 8 inches or 200mm overhang on the end. And so there you have it, the roof is on. And now we have a nice place for Mr. Tractor to sleep there and take it easy after all his hard work. You'll notice I've put knee bracing as well from the main beams to the post. This just secures it all together and holds it nice and steady. So that's another episode of Grandad Jack on how to make a hay shed or a place to put your tractor. In this case, the tractor looks quite at home in his nice new shed. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks a lot.